Welcome to Easy Learning zed-Mathematics. The future is bright. Thank you so much for joining me as I'm going to go through Mathematics Paper 1 for Grade 9 Internal for 2024. So I'm going to answer all the questions from question 1 up to question 30. All I want you to do is join me as I go through the questions. I'm going to answer all the questions in details and also show you how to catch up with time through the way I'm going to be solving questions and the time I'm going to take. So if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, I encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you find this video helpful, remember to like and share with your friends. Talking about sharing, I encourage you to share this video right now with your friends. You can share it through WhatsApp, Facebook groups, as well as on your Facebook profile. It will really do good to me. I'll get more exposure, which will also in turn help the people you are going to share the video with. Remember, sharing is caring. With that being said, let's go into solving this paper. Okay, so we start with section A. So section A has 10 marks and it has 10 questions. That means each question we solve will give us 1 mark. There are 10 questions and each question has 1 mark, which comes to 10 marks after we answer all the questions. So let's go and solve the questions. We come to question 1, which is evaluate -3 minus -8. Evaluate -3 minus -8. So what we need to do is we write this expression. So we say -3 minus -8. Then what we need to do first, we focus on this negative sign and -8. So when a negative sign is following a negative sign, we multiply and they give us a positive. So we're going to say -3, then negative times -8 will give us +8. Then we evaluate that. We ask ourselves which number is big between 3 and 8. Without considering the signs, we say 8 is bigger. What is the sign of 8? That is positive. So we know that our answer will be a positive. Okay. Then we say, what is the difference of 8 and 3? What is the difference of 8 and 3? The difference is 5. Okay. So you can even say 8 minus 3 will give us 5. Okay, now the 5 is the answer. So now +5, we can write it with a sign +5, or we can still just write 5 is still +5. So the correct answer is C. Question 2 was as follows. Which of the following is a rational number? Which of the following is a rational number? A, square root of 3. B, square root of 4, C, square root of 5, D, square root of 6. Okay, so when we look at the square root of these numbers, for us to identify the rational number here, what we need to do is we just look for a number that has got a square root, which is a whole number. Okay, a whole number. That's what we need just to search for. That's all. So here, for instance, we have got the square root of 3, which is the square root of 3 is, we can say, is equal to 1.732205080. So we can say that this number is long. You see, I haven't even finished, but it is wrong. That means this one cannot be rational number. This is irrational, because the rational number is a number that can be expressed as a fraction. When we come to the square root of 4, we have 2. 2 can be written as a fraction. It's a whole number. And this is the correct answer. So once you identify a number that is a square root, is a whole number, the square root is a whole number, that means that is the answer if you are looking for rational number. That's all. That's what you need to do. Forget about these others, even if they'll give you long answers. square roots, just forget about them. Immediately you identify this number, that's all. So you don't even need to go through this. Just look for a number that will give you a square root, which is a whole number. That's all. Okay, so the correct answer is B. 4 as the square root of 2, so that's a correct answer. The others who have square roots that are similar to this number 3, the square root of 3. Okay, so basically that's what we do with this question. If you have got questions, you can ask in the comment section. So don't even waste time like I was doing this. Just identify the number that has a square root, which is a whole number, which is 4. The square root of 4 is 2 to the end. They are just the same. Okay, question 4 is as follows. Find the value of negative 3 squared minus 2 cubic. Find the value of negative 3 squared minus 2 cubic. So what we're going to do is we're going to rewrite this expression down here. So we're going to write our open bracket negative 3 squared minus 2 cubic. Okay, so what do we need to do? We need to expand this. So to expand this, we're going to do this. We're going to write negative 3 times negative 3. Then these will be in brackets. Then we say minus. Then we have open bracket. We have 2 times 2 times 2. So now you can notice that we have multiplied negative 3 twice because it is raised to the power of 2, and we have multiplied 2 thrice because it is raised to the power of 3. Okay, so those exponents are determining the number of times we are multiplying the base. Okay, so we say negative 3 times negative 3 will give us positive 9, which will be minus 2 times 2 will give us 4. 4 times 2 will give us 8. So we're going to have 8 here. And then when we find the difference of 9 and 8, we're going to find that the difference is 1. So 9 minus 8 will give us 1, which is the correct answer is B. Okay, if you have got questions, please don't hesitate to ask in the comment section. Basically, that's how you solve that question. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, I encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you found this video helpful, remember to like and share with your friends. Question 5 was as follows. Solve the equation 9 plus x is less than 5. 9 plus x is less than 5. So to solve this one, what we need to do is, first, we are going to rewrite the entire expression, which is 9 plus x is less than 5. Okay, so what do? We leave x on one side of the equal sign, so we have x is less than 5. Then 9 crosses the equal sign, becomes minus 9. Okay, then we write x is less than, which number is big between 9 and 5 without considering the negative and positive sign? We know that 9 is bigger. That means our answer is going to be a negative, because 9 is negative, is a negative. Then we say, what is the difference of 9 and 5? Is 4. So we have the answer, which is 4, negative 4, like that. So therefore, x is less than negative 4. X is less than negative 4. So the correct answer is A. X is less than negative 4. Question 6. Which of the following is a net of a square pyramid? Which of the following is a net of a square pyramid? So, why is this pyramid called a square pyramid? Okay, so you should understand that the name of a pyramid is determined by the shape of the base. Okay, is determined by the shape of the base. So, the base is this one, in this net, and the base is this one in this net. The base is this one in this net, and on C the base is this one. Okay, so now the name is square. So among these 4 boxes I've drawn, which ones are square, or which one is a square? So you can see that on A the base is a square, on B the base is a rectangle, so here it is a square, here it is the rectangle, so this one is rectangular pyramid. This one is a square on D. On C, the base is triangle. So now the question is, which one is a square pyramid? Now we can see that these two have the base which are square. So which one is the net? Now here, what is the difference? The difference is these two shapes in A. These two shapes in A, they are shorter. So when you fold this, it won't cover the whole part of the sides. But these have the same height as these. So these have got the same height. So the correct answer, the best answer is D. D is the net of the square pyramid. Question 7 was as follows. Which of the following shapes in the flowchart represent a decision? Which of the following shapes in the flowchart represents a decision? Okay, so what we're going to do first is we're going to identify these shapes and their function. We have this one. Let me start from D. We have this one, which is called oval. Oval, the function or the symbol or oval symbolizes start or end in a flowchart. Symbolizes start or end in a flowchart, oval. Then parallelogram symbolizes this one, symbolizes input or output. Then rectangle symbolizes process. Then diamond symbolizes decision. Or sometimes referred as to condition. Okay, so when we go back to the question, it's asking us which of the following shapes in the flowchart represents a decision. So the correct answer is A. The correct answer is A. Question 8. The following diagram shows set P and Q. So what we need to do is take time and start the Venn diagram. Okay. Now, once you have studied the Venn diagram, then you can go to the actual question, which is list the elements of set P union Q complement. Okay, so when you have a set which is P union Q complement, we are saying this is a set that contains elements that do not belong in P and Q. This is a set that contains elements that do not belong in P and Q. Okay, so when you come here on the Venn diagram. Which set do not belong in set P and set Q? That is 8 and 9. So when we come to the answers, which option has got 8 and 9? That is D. So the correct answer is D. Okay, if you have got questions, you can ask in the comment section. If the videos help, remember to like and share with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Question 9 is as follows. The angles open bracket x minus 2 close bracket degrees and open bracket 2x plus 5 close bracket degrees are complementary. Find the value of x. Okay, so in this question, we need to take note of this language which is here, which is complementary. Okay, so if two angles are complementary, what does that mean? It means that those two angles, when you add them, they will give you 90 degrees, exactly 90 degrees. So therefore, we can come up with an expression which is open bracket x minus 2 close bracket degrees plus open bracket 2x plus 5 degrees is equal to 90 degrees. Okay, now once we have done that, then we can now deal with the brackets first. So we say degrees times x will give us x, degrees times negative 2 will give us negative 2 degrees. Then negative times 2x, we come here, negative times 2x will give us positive 2x degrees. Negative times 5 will give us positive 5 degrees. Okay, which is equal to 90 degrees. Now, once we have done this, the next step is now we put like terms together. So we write x degrees. Which one is the like term to x degrees? That is 2x degrees. So we say plus 2x degrees, then minus 2 degrees, then plus 5 degrees. The all of that should give us 90 degrees. Remember, it should be degrees, 90 degrees there. Okay, now once we have done that, the next thing we do is we evaluate x degrees plus 2x degrees, which will give us 3x degrees, then negative 2 degrees plus 5 degrees. So this is integers. So which one is big between 2 and 5? We know that 5 is bigger. What is the sign of 5? Is a positive. That means we know that this answer will be a positive. Then what is the difference of 5 and 2? That is 3. So we say 3 degrees, which is equal to 90 degrees. So what do we do? Again, here we put like terms together. So we have 3x degrees is equal to 90 degrees. Then this 3 will cross the equal sign, will come this side. That means it will become minus 3 degrees. Then we evaluate this. So we write first this 3x degrees is equal to 90 minus 3 will give us 87 degrees. Okay, now we need to find the value of x. That's what the question is asking us to do. So what do? We divide both sides by 3 degrees and this side 3 degrees. Remember, we want to remain with the value of x, not x degrees. So that means 3 down and 3 on top, they cancel each other. Degree and the degree on top will cancel each other out, leaving us with x is equal to, then we say 3 into, first of all, let's cancel the degree, will cancel each other out. Then we remain with 87 and 3 down here. So 3 into 8 will go 2 times, remainder 2. 3 into 2, it can't, so we put 2 and 7 together will give us 27. So 3 into 27 will give us 9. So the value of x in that expression is 29, which is A. Question 10 is as follows. Start the following diagram. So we need to take time and study the diagram. That is the diagram we need to start. Once we have studied, we come to the actual question, which is, which pair of triangles are congruent? Which pair of triangles are congruent? Okay, so after we have studied, we can notice that this line, which is ST, is equal to the line PT. As you can see, these two dotted lines that are indicated. We can also note that this line and this line QT, is equal to line RT. And we can also note that this RPS and QR are parallel, as you can see these signs. Okay, now once we have noted that, then we can go ahead and identify the triangles that are congruent. Let's start. Let's start with question A, which is RPS. Which triangle is RPS? So let's identify the triangle RPS. So we start from R going to P, then S, then back to R. This is triangle RPS. Okay, then and triangle R, so we identify again triangle RQP. So this is triangle RQP. Okay, are they congruent? Okay, let's focus on this line which is here and the line here. Okay, are they congruent? No, they are not. Okay, let's see. Come to triangle BRQT. Triangle RQT. RQT. So RQT. Is it congruent with the triangle PST? So which is PST, this triangle. Are they congruent? Let me use a different color. PST. Are they congruent? No, they are not. Okay, let's come to C, which is PQR, which is this triangle. PQR, is it congruent with the triangle SRQ, which is this triangle? Sorry, SRQ, this triangle. Are they congruent? Yes, they are. So this one is the correct answer, C. Okay, that is the correct answer, C. However, let's try and check D. So D, we have got PQR, which is this one, PQR. Then the other one is PTS. So PTS, this one. Are they congruent? No, they are not. So the correct answer, like I said earlier on, the correct answer is C. If you have got questions, please don't hesitate to ask in the comment section. Otherwise, that's the correct answer. We come we come to section B, which has 40 marks. Remember, I've just worked for 10 marks so far. So now we come to section B, which has got 40 marks. Remember, the entire paper has 50 marks. So let's work for 40 marks. Question 11. Question 11 is as follows. Evaluate cube root of 8 plus square root of 25. Cube root of 8 plus square root of 25. Okay, so what we need to do is now we need to evaluate this. So what we do is we write the same expression. So we say cube root of 8 plus square root of 25 will give us, what number can we multiply thrice to get 8? Is 2. So we have 2 plus the square root of 25. The number that we can multiply twice to get 25 is 5 itself. Okay, so the number that we can multiply twice to get 25 is 5. So we say 2 plus 5 will give us 7. So the correct answer here is 7. Okay. Question 12 is as follows. Given that matrix A is equal to 3, negative 1, 2. 12a, state the order of matrix A. B, find negative 3a. Okay, so let's start with A, which is state the order of matrix. So how do we know the order of matrix? So the order of matrix is row by column. Okay, it's row by column. So how many rows does this matrix has? So we can count starting from top, that is row 1, row 2, row 3. So it has 3 rows. It has got 3 rows. So what we do is we open bracket, we write 3, then by how many columns? So the columns is those that are vertically, so that is starting from top going down or down going up. So we just have 1 column. So we say 3 by 1. That is the order of matrix A. Okay, we come to question 12b. Question 12b is find negative 3a. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write negative 3a, okay, which will be equal to negative 3, then open bracket. Let me just lab this so that we can have clear numbers. Okay, then we say 3, negative 1, 2. Okay, so we say equal to, what do we do now? We multiply every element in this matrix by negative 3. So we have negative 3 by 3. Then we have negative 3 by negative 1. Then we have negative 3 by 2. We close bracket like that. Then equal to, then we evaluate, then we negative 3 by, so we start by multiplying this one on top. Negative 3 by 3 will give us, so first we open the bigger matrix. So then we say negative 3 by 3 will give us negative 9. Negative 3 by negative 1 will give us 3 or positive 3. Negative 3 by 2 will give us negative 6, like that. Then that is the matrix. So the value of negative 3a is, the value of negative 3a is negative 9, 3, negative 6. Okay, if you have got questions, don't hesitate to ask in the comment section. Otherwise, this is how you find the answer. Question 13 was as follows. Solve the equation 3, open bracket, x minus 2, close bracket, is equal to 9. Okay, solve the equation 3, open bracket, x minus 2, close bracket, is equal to 9. Okay, so how do we solve this one? Let me copy the entire expression, which is 3 open bracket x minus 2 close bracket is equal to 9. Okay, then what do? We get rid of brackets, so we multiply every number in these brackets by 3. So we say 3 by x will give us 3x, 3 by negative 2 will give us negative 6, which is equal to 9. Okay, then what do? We put like terms together now, so that means 3x is equal to 9. Then 6 will cross the equal sign, will come this side, then it is going to be positive, then plus 6, which will give us 3x is equal to 15. 9 plus 6 will give us 15. Then what do? We want to find the value of x, so that means we will divide both sides by 3. Okay, then the 3 down and the 3 on top will cancel each other out, leaving us with x, which is equal to 3 into 15 will go 5 times, and that is the value of x. And that is the value of x. If you have got questions, you can ask in the comment section. Otherwise, those are the answers. Oh, that is the answer. That is the value of x, which is equal to 5. We come to question 14, which is given that g of x is equal to x plus 8 over 2, find g of negative 2. Okay, so what we need to do now here is we are going to rewrite the equation, which is or the function, which is g open bracket x close bracket is equal to x plus 8 over 2. Okay, so where there is x, we put negative 2 because that is what we are given. So we say g of negative 2 is equal to negative 2 plus 8 over 2. Okay, then we have g of negative 2, then we evaluate that. So which number is big? So let me say equal to, which number is big between negative 2 and 8? Oh, between 2 and 8. Ignore the signs, the negative and the positive, ignore them. Just say 2 and 8, which one is bigger? We know that 8 is bigger. That means we know our answer is going to be a positive. So we can even put a positive sign in advance, or we don't even put, because whether you put the sign or we don't put the sign, the number is the same. So what is the difference of 8 and 2? That is, the difference of 8 and 2 is 6, which will be over 2. Then we say g of negative 2 is equal to 2 into 6 will go 3 times. Putting negative 2 into that function will give us the answer, which is 3. Okay, if you have got questions, you can ask in the comment section. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, I encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you found this video helpful, remember to like and share with your friends. Question 15. The following Venn diagram shows sets A and B. The following Venn diagram shows sets A and B. Okay, so you can take time and start the Venn diagram. Once you have started the Venn diagram, now we can go to the actual question, which is use set notation to describe the shaded region. Use set notation to describe the shaded region. Okay, so now we have started the diagram. How can we write this in set notation? Okay, we have got set A is shaded, part of it is shaded. Now when you look at the elements that are not shaded, or the part which is not shaded here, let's just focus on this intersection set. You find that here is where you find members of B and A are found. Okay, for you to understand well, let me say here we have got let me say here I've got 2, here I've got 1, here I've got 3. Okay, so here when we want to name the members of set A, we are going to say set A is equal to 1, 2. When we want to name the members of set B, we are going to say 1, 3. Okay? Now, when we look at the area which is shaded, we're going to see that the area which is shaded is just the members of set A alone, which is 2, is the one which is shaded. Okay? Now, you can see that 1 is found in both sets and is not shaded. So, when we can even say that all the members of set B are not shaded. Okay? All the members of set B are not shaded. So how can we describe this in set notation? So we can say A union B complement. Okay? A union B complement. The members of set B are not shaded. That means complement. Or the shaded area is only for members of set for those members which are not in set B, elements which are not in set B. So the correct answer will be A union B complement. Question 16. A piece of wood has a volume of 125 centimeter cubic and a mass of 50 grams. Calculate its density. Question 16. A piece of wood has a volume of 125 centimeter cubic and a mass of 50 grams. Calculate its density. Okay, so here we want to find density. So when you are calculating density, we use the formula which is density is equal to mass over volume. Okay, then we say equal to, what is the mass? We have 50 grams over, remember 50 grams, unit should be included, over 125 centimeter cubic. Okay, then we say equal to, then we say 125 into, first we ignore the signs, we just focus on the numbers. So 125 into 50, it can't, 125 is bigger, so we write 0 and then we put 0 this side and we put a decimal point. 125 into 50 to go 0 times, then we put 0 there to 50, it becomes 500 and we put the decimal point. Then 125 into 500, how many times is it going to go? It will go 4 times. Okay, it will go 4 times. Now, we have dealt with the numbers. Now we remain with the units. Okay, so it will go 125 will go 4 times in 500, remainder 0. So that means our division has ended. As long as we've gotten the remainder, which is 0, and there is no number that is remaining, then our division has ended. Then how do we write the signs? We start with the sign which is on top, which is grams per centimeter cubic, and that is the answer. Okay, that is the answer. So the density of the wood is 0.4 grams per centimeter cubic. We come to question 17, which is, the following were the electricity meter readings for a company at the beginning and end of a month. The following were the electricity meter readings for a company at the beginning and end of a month. Okay, so we can take note of that. So at the beginning we had this reading, and at the end we had the reading on the right side. So the actual question is, how much did the company pay for electricity if the charge for each unit was 2 kwacha? Okay, the charge for each unit was 2 kwacha. How much did they pay? Okay, so what we need to do is we need to first find out how many units they used in a month. So to do that, we will get the number on the here on the end of the month. We'll put it on top. So we're going to write 37,571, then minus the units, the reading of the meter at the beginning of the month, which is 37430. So we find out how many units they used in that particular month. So 1 minus 0 will give us 1. 7 minus 3 will give us 4. 5 minus 4 will give us 1. Now 7 minus 7 will give us 0. 3 minus 3 will give us 0. Now we know that these zeros are not significant. These zeros at the beginning are not significant, so we can ignore them. Then we have got 141 units. Those are the units they used. So how do we know how much the company paid for electricity? So now let's go back to the question, the actual question, which is how much did the company pay for electricity if the charge for each unit was 2 kwacha and the fixed charge was 50 kwacha. So to do this, what we're going to do is we're going to come up with an expression. So the expression will be the number of units times the cost per unit plus 50 kwacha. So whichever you put, so you say 141 times 2 kwacha. We can even ignore the zeros. Okay, the zeros for ngwes, then all of this plus 50 kwacha, plus 50 kwacha. So when we multiply, 2 by 1 will give us 2, 2 by 4 will give us 8, 2 by 1 will give us 2. So the amount they used was, they paid for units was 282 kwacha. Then plus the fixed charge, which is 50 kwacha. Okay, for the units they used is 282 kwacha plus the fixed charge, which is 50 kwacha, which will give us 282 plus 50 kwacha will give us 332. Yes, 332 kwacha. This is the amount they paid. I'm sure this is, I've just used my head to add. You can say 282 plus 50. So this will be 2, this will be 3, and there we carry 1, it's going to be 3. So 332 kwacha is the amount they paid. So this is the correct answer. This one is the correct answer. Okay, if you have got questions, please you can ask in the comment section. Otherwise, this is how you go about this question. Question 18 was as follows. Given that A is equal to 3 and B is equal to -2, find the value of AB plus B squared. So what I need to do first, I need to write this expression that is given. So I'm going to write AB plus B squared. Okay, so what is A? We are told A is 3, so I'm going to write 3. What is B? B is -2, so I'm going to write -2. So 3 multiplied by -2 plus B, we are told that is -3, that is B, so the -2, so plus, open bracket, -2 squared. Okay, then next I'm going to evaluate so that I get rid of brackets. So 3 by -2 will give us -6. negative 2 multiplied by negative 2. So this one in bracket, which is negative 2 raised to the power of 2 is equal to negative 2 times negative 2, which will give us positive 4. So we say plus 4. Then we ask ourselves, which number is big between 6 and 4? Without considering the signs, we say 6 is bigger. That means our answer is going to be a negative. Okay. Then 6 minus 4 will give us 2. So that is the answer. Okay. If you have questions, you can ask in the comment section. Otherwise, that's how you find the answer for that question. Question 19 is as follows. In the diagram, ABC is a straight line. BD is parallel to CE. Angle ABD is equal to 75 degrees and angle BDC is equal to 30 degrees. So all we need to do is we study the diagram. Once you have studied the diagram, then we can go to the actual question, which is down here. Find the angle DCB. DCB. So which angle is DCB? This is the angle DCB. Okay. So for us to find the angle DCB, we can use two properties. There are two properties that we can use. So we're going to use the other two, okay, which is this angle here. Two opposite angles are equal. In a triangle, two exterior angles are equal. So meaning if this is 75, then this angle 30 degrees plus this angle I'll call x should give us 75 degrees. Okay, that is the one where you're going to get the straightforward answer. Okay, so like what we mean is this. So we mean to say that 30 degrees plus x should give us 75 degrees. Okay, so when we put like terms together, we have x is equal to 75 degrees minus this 30 will come this other side, which will become a negative. We'll close the equal sign and become a negative, minus 30 degrees, which will give us x is equal to 75 minus 30 degrees will give us 45 degrees as an answer. Okay, this is the first one. So the value of angle DCB is equal to 45 degrees. Sorry, 45, not 40, 45 degrees. That is the first one. The second method is the one where we're going to use this property. Let me just move this. Okay, so the angle in question here is this one. Okay, so with the other one we can use is we find the angle which is the angle for this, the value of angle, which is this one. So this one we can call it y. What is the value of angle y? To find the value of angle y, we are going to use the property which is angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees. Therefore, I'm going to use a different color here. Therefore, we can say 75 degrees plus y is equal to 180 degrees. Then we put like terms together. We have y is equal to 180 degrees. Then this will close the equal sign and become negative. So it will be minus 75 degrees. Then we have y is equal to 180 minus 75 degrees will give us 105 degrees. Okay, now we have found the value of y. We can remove y here and then write the value we found, that is 105 degrees. Okay, now once we found there 105 degrees, that means now we can concentrate on this triangle. Okay, this triangle, so we can use the property which is the sum of interior angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. Therefore, we can say 30 degrees plus 75 degrees plus, we call this angle x, sorry, not 75 degrees. Where am I getting 75 degrees? Please. 30 degrees, which is here, plus 105 degrees, then plus x, we call this one x, plus x will give us 180 degrees. Then we evaluate 30 plus 105 will give us 30 plus 105 will give us 135 degrees plus x is equal to 180 degrees. Then we evaluate that, we put like terms together, so we have x is equal to 180 degrees minus, this one will close the equal sign and come this side, will become a negative, minus 135 degrees. Then we say x is equal to 180 degrees minus 35 will give us 45 degrees. 180 degrees minus 135 will give us 45 degrees. Therefore, the value of x there is 45 degrees. Okay, so basically what you can see is the answer we got here and the answer we have gotten here is just the same. So you can use any of the two methods, the one that is easier for you. Okay, you can use it. Both methods will give you the same answer. Okay, if you have got questions, you can ask in the comment section. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, I encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you found this video helpful, remember to like and share with your friends. We come to question 20, which is as follows. A businessman borrowed 5,000 from a bank at a rate of 10% per annum, simple interest. Find the time in years it took for him to pay 2,000 kwacha interest. Okay, so after a businessman borrowed 5,000 kwacha and he was charged 10% as 10% per annum as simple interest, and he paid back 2,000 in interest. He paid interest of 2,000. So the question is, how long did it take for him to pay an interest of 2,000? So what we're going to do to solve this one, we're going to use the same formula we use for finding simple interest, which is I is equal to P, which is principal, times R times T, which is R rate time T, over 100. Then we say equal to, then what do? We replace these letters by their actual value, that is numerical value. So simple interest, we are told that is 2,000 kwacha. So we write 2,000 kwacha is equal to principal, the money he borrowed, that is 5,000 kwacha. Okay, then for how long, or what is the interest? We are looking for the rate interest, that is 10%. So we say times 10. Then for how long, we don't know, that's what we want to find. Then we say times time, the whole of that over 100. Now in mathematics, if you want to do well in mathematics, you need to learn to reduce numbers to smaller numbers if it's possible, so that you deal with the small numbers, because sometimes bigger numbers tend to be confusing. So that means here, when we reach here, we are going to cancel these zeros, this 0 down and this 0 here, this 0 down and this 0 here. Okay, so when you look at what we have remained with, let me just use, okay, the 0 down and the 0 on top, 0 down, 0 on top. Okay, if you want, you can even cancel 1 here and this one. Okay, then we can write what we are remaining with. We can see that on the left side of the equal sign, we are still remaining with 2000 kwacha, which is equal to, then here we are remaining with 500 kwacha, so we say 500 kwacha. Then here we are remaining with nothing, then we say times t. Okay, then down we are remaining also with nothing down here, so that's the expression we are remaining with. Okay, so basically what we can do now, we can evaluate this so that we get a single figure, which is 2000. We are going to copy 2000 the way it is, then is equal to 500 kwacha times t will give us 500 kwacha t. So what we do here, we divide both sides by 500 kwacha so that we remain with t on one side of the equal sign. So we have 500 kwacha down here, and this side we have 500 kwacha down here. Okay, then we say equal to, so 5k here will cancel. Let me use the red. K here and K here will cancel each other out, leaving us with 500 and 2000 on top. So this 0 will cancel each other out with this 0. This 0 down and this 0 on top, they will be cancelled, here leaving us with 20. So 5 into 20, it will go 4 times. 5 into 20, it will go 4 times. Okay, which will be equal to, then this 500 kwacha down will be cancelled, and this 500 kwacha on top will be cancelled, leaving us with the t. Okay, so this means that the question is, find the time in years it took for him to pay 2000 kwacha interest. So it took him 4 years. So it took him 4 years. So 4 years is the time which was taken for him to pay 2000 kwacha as interest. Okay, and let's, question 21 was as follows: convert 0.101 in base 2 to a number in base 10. Convert 0.101 base 2 to a number in base 10. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to write this number, which is 0.101 in base 2. So when we are trying to convert this number into base 10, what we need to do is we need to write the place value of these numbers. So I'm going to say 1 as the place value of -2, plus 0 has the place value of -4. Okay, so if someone says it has the place value of 2 raised to the power -2 raised to the power of 2, they will still get 4. Okay, then plus 1, this one now here has the place value of -8. Okay, now what we can do, we can just multiply these or convert them into a fraction. So this one is more or less like we have got 1 times, now since the exponent is a negative, that means we are multiplying by -1/2, which is half. The whole of that plus 0 times 1/4 close bracket plus 1 times 1/8. Why? Because these exponents are negatives, that's why I'm writing them as fractions. Okay, then once we've done this, we can find the value. So we have here, that is 1 times 1/2 will give us 1/2, plus 0 times 1/4 will give us 0, plus 1 times 1/8 will give us 1/8. Then what we do is we add this. Okay, so we can get rid of 0. So the best, you can add as fractions or you can convert them into decimal numbers. Okay, so we can have this one, we are going to have this one, 1 over 2 is same as 1.5. Then we can get rid of 0, because no matter how we keep on carrying 0, it will just make our job difficult, but it won't change the value we get even when we ignore it. So ignore 0. Then we have 0, 1 over 8 will give us 0.125. When we convert, we say 8 into 1, it will go 0 times. Like 1 over 8, we divide, we see the answer we get is 8 into 1 won't go, so we write 0. Then we put 0 to 1, then we put a decimal point. Then we say 8 into 10, it will go 1 time. Remember 2. So 8 into 2, it can't. We put 0. 8 into 20, it will go 2 times. Remainder 4. So 8 into 4, it can't. We put 0. 8 into 40, it will be 5. So that's how I have come up with that. Then we add that. When we add 0.5 plus 0.12, so it's more or less like we have 0.5 plus 0.125. So here we'll put zeros. Then we add. It's going to give us 526.0. So the answer here is 0.625. Okay. So converting 0.0.101 in base 2 will give us will give us 0.625 in base 10. Okay, that is in base 10. So I can even put 10 down here. It's okay. Okay, so basically that's how you solve that question. So converting 0.101 in base 2 to base 10 will give us 0.625. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, I encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Question 23 was as follows. Factorize completely 15x squared plus 3xy. Factorize completely 15x squared plus 3xy. So how do we do this? First, I'm going to rewrite the entire expression given in the question, which is 15x squared plus 3xy. Then what do? We find the common factor that can go into 15x squared and the 3xy. Okay, so to find that common factor, we will consider first the coefficients, which is 15 and 3. Which number can go into 15 and 3 without leaving remainder? It's 3 itself. Okay, now which variable is found in 15x squared and 3xy? We know that x is found in both. So what do? We pick x, that is the smallest, x. Okay, because x squared, that means there are two x's which are multiplied. Here x is just one x, so get the smallest. What I'm trying to say is this: if we have x squared plus x cubic, we are going to get this x squared because the exponent is small. Okay, so since this x has no exponent, it means that it has 1 on top there. Okay, so we get that one. Is there any other variable that is found in both? No, just x alone. So what do? We open bracket, then we say 15x squared divided by 3x. Okay, or we can say 3 into 15, it will give us 5. Then x into x squared will give us x. Okay, then we say 3x into 3xy, it will give us positive y, which is going to be plus y, like that. Okay, that way we have factorized completely. This is the answer. Question 24 was as follows. The following diagram shows shoe sizes from learners in a grade 9 class. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to take time and study the diagram. Once we have studied the diagram, then we can go to the actual questions. Okay, so things that you need to take note of in this diagram, you need also to understand that the vertical line, which is mostly referred as the y-axis, is indicating the number of learners. Then the horizontal line, that is mostly referred as y-axis, is showing the shoe size, So now when we come to the actual question here, we're going to go to question 24a, which is how many learners wear shoe size 6? Okay, so when we come to the x-axis where there is shoe size, we will notice that size 6 is here, and then how many learners wear size 6? So when we follow this bar, we will see that it ends at 6. So there are 6 learners. 6 learners. Okay, so I've answered question 24a. We come to question 24b. What is the model shoe size? So what we need to understand is what is model is. So model is coming from the word mod. Model is coming from the word mod. Okay. So what is mod? Mod is the term that has the highest frequency. Okay. The term that has the highest frequency. So here when you talk about the shoe size, the mode of shoe size, so you're saying which size has the highest frequency, or which size has a lot of learners wearing it. Okay, so we can see that among the sizes, we don't have even to waste time. We just check on these bars which one is the tallest. So the tallest is this one on 5, size 5. So this is the tallest, and it is reaching up to 8, and it's the tallest. There is no other bar which is taller than that bar. So that means shoe size, that is shoe size 5. That is the model shoe size. It's the one which has the highest frequency. So that is how you answer that one. If you have got questions, please don't hesitate to ask in the comment section. If you find this video helpful, remember to like and share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We come to question 25, which is simplify 13 minus 15x plus 4 minus 2x. Okay, so what we do now here, what we're going to do first here is we're going to rewrite this expression, which is 13 minus 15x plus 4 minus 2x. I'm rewriting expressions. The reason being is that's what I want you to be doing in an exam, so that you don't tamper with the actual question. Okay, I've seen other people answering the same questions, and then at the end of the day they tamper with the questions. They can't even confirm whether they have done it right or not. So you just copy the question on a different space, and then you start calculating. Okay, once we do this, what do we do now? We put like terms together. So I'm going to write 13, then 4 will come near to 13, so we're going to have plus 4. Please never should you change the signs here. There is no number that is crossing the equal sign, so no need to change the signs. Then minus 5x minus 2x. Okay, then we have 13 plus 4 will give us 17 minus 5, minus 5, negative 5 minus negative 5x minus 2x will give us negative 7x. Okay, now these are unlike terms. They are not alike. You can see 7 has got x, which is saying they are 7x, and this is just a number 17. So we can't simplify further. So this is the answer. This is the correct answer. Please, if you have got questions, you can ask in the comment section. If you found this video helpful, remember to like and share with your friends. Don't forget to encourage your friends to invite your friends to our YouTube channel, and you can also follow us on Facebook. We have got Easy Learning zed-Mathematics page where we solve mathematics. You can follow us there. Okay, we come to question 26, which is in the following diagram, MN is parallel to BC, AM is equal to 4 centimeter, BM is equal to 2 centimeter, and MN is equal to 2 centimeter. Okay, so the actual question is find the ratio of MN to BC in its lowest term. Find the ratio of MN to BC in its lowest term. So the ratio they want us to find is the ratio which is MN to BC. Okay, so how do we find the ratio of these two sides? Okay, so for us to find the ratio of these two sides, we are going to use two different triangles. So first we have got this triangle. We have this triangle which is AMN. Okay, where we have here it's 4 centimeter, here it's 2 centimeter. Okay, and then we have the triangle here, which I'm going to write this side. Let me use this side. Okay, this is triangle ABC. So when we look at the length of this AB line is 6 centimeter. 4 plus 2 will give us 6. So here we have got 6. Okay, and this side is what we want to find, which is x. Okay, so what do we do? What we can do now is we can come up with a ratio which is AM to AB. Okay, AM from this triangle which is on the left side of the screen, and then this triangle which is on the right side of the screen. So we get this side which is AB, which is 6, and we get AM, which is 4. Okay, then to what ratio? So we get to the ratio which is given MN on this triangle. Let me call this triangle on the right side here, the triangle which is on the right side, I'll name it T, and this one S. So these ratios here are from triangle T. Okay, I hope we are clear now. And then the ratio here, which is from this side, from the ratios which will be here, is from triangle S. Okay, then we say what is BC. Now remember, I'm getting corresponding sides. Okay, so MN is corresponding to the side BC. So we say MN to BC. Okay, so these on the right are coming from the triangle S, and these on the left are coming from the triangle T. Okay, now once we have done this, what we can do now is put the numerical value of these sides. So AM is equal to 4. Now when you're writing ratios, you don't write the units, centimeters, you don't write them. Then we say equal to, then we say AB is equal to 6. Okay, now I hope you understand. Then we focus on these, because these we are going to just get the ratio from this one, because this the ratio of these, their all numbers are given. So what do? We reduce this to its lowest term. Okay, we reduce it to its lowest term. Or before we reduce it to its lowest term, we can still find the value of BC. So we say, what is the value of MN? The value of MN is 2, which is 2 centimeter. Then the value of BC is x, we don't know. Okay, then we cross multiply. Then we have 4x is equal to 6 times 2 times 6 will give us 12. Then what do? We divide both sides by 4. Why? We want to remain with x on one side of the equal sign. Then we say this one and this one cancels each other out, leaving us with x, which is going to be 12 divided by 4 will give us 3. So the length of BC is 3. the length of BC is 3 centimeter. Okay, so it's 3 centimeter. So even here on the diagram, we can put 3 centimeter as the length of BC. Now, this is the value we have found. Now, the question is asking us to find the ratio of MN to BC. So the ratio, now let's go. What is the value of MN? So MN, the length of MN, which is here, which is 2. So we say ratio of MN to BC. So the ratio, the distance of MN is 2. The distance of BC we found is 3. So this is the ratio. We can't reduce it. We can't write it further in its lowest term. There is no number that can go into 2 and 3. And this is the ratio of MN to BC. Okay, so the other method you can use is you just pick these sides, the side of AM to the side of AM to AB. Okay, then AM is equal to 4, then AB is equal to 6. We add 2 plus 4, which will give us 6, or you can get it from this triangle I drew here. Then what do? We find a number that can go into 4 and 6, which is 2. Then we divide that, which will give us 2 into 4 will go 2 times 2. 2 into 6 will go 3 times. So we can even use those sides to get the ratio of AM to BC. I hope I haven't confused you. If you have, please ask in the comment section. Otherwise, this is the correct answer. This is how you go about this question. Okay, we go to the next question. Question 27 is as follows. The interior angle of a regular polygon is 144 degrees. Calculate the number of sides of the polygon. The interior angle of a regular polygon is 144 degrees. Calculate the number of sides of a polygon. Okay, so to find the sides of the polygon, or the number of sides of the polygon, remember the number of sides is equal to the number of angles. So if a polygon has got 6 sides, that means it has got also 6 angles. So we can say number of polygon, we can use the formula which is number of sides is equal to 360 degrees over exterior angle. Okay, divide by the size of exterior angle. Now, in the question, we are given interior angle, not exterior angle. So how do we get interior angle, the size of interior angle? Okay, let's say, let's presume this is this is the polygon and this is one corner. Okay, so if we are told the interior angle is equal to 144 degrees, this is the angle of this, then when we extend this line, when this line is extended, it forms a straight line, isn't it? So meaning there is a angle here. So what is the value of this angle? This is the exterior angle. Remember, this is a polygon. I don't know how many sides it has. I'm just giving an example. So this is when you extend this line, this will form the exterior angle. So the exterior angle of this polygon, which has 144 as interior angle, will be the difference of this angle and 180 degrees. So we are saying the size of exterior angle is 180 degrees minus 144 degrees, which will give us 36 degrees. Okay, so that is the size of the exterior angle. Then once we have found that, we can go ahead and plug in the size of exterior angle where it's written exterior angle. So we're going to write 360 degrees, 360 degrees over 36 degrees. So yeah, over 36 degrees. That means the degree sign and this will cancel each other out. Then we say, can 36 go into 3? No. There are 3 on top. No. Can 36 go into 36? Yes. How many times? It will go 1 time. Remainder 0. Now, when we have found the answer to be to leave us without a remainder and the next number is 0, that means the calculation has ended. So what we do, we drop this 0 down, it becomes 10. So 36 will go 10 times into 360. Okay, so the polygon, so the number of sides the polygon has, so we can say the polygon has 10 sides. The polygon has 10 sides. So that is the answer we can write. The polygon has got 10 sides. Okay, so basically that's how you go about this question. If you have got questions, you can ask in the comment section. If you have got questions, you can ask in the comment section. We'll be glad to respond to them. Basically, that's how you find the number of sides a polygon has. Question 28 was as follows. The ratio of the number of boys to the number of girls at a school is 4 to 5, respectively. If there were 200 girls in the school, find the number of boys. Okay, so here we're told the ratio of boys to girls is 4 to 5. What is the number of boys if the number of girls is 200? Okay, so here what you need to pay attention is you need to understand this word, what it means. Respectively means that in that order. So this ratio which is given 4 to 5, meaning the first number 4 is for boys and the second number which is 5 is for girls. That's what they mean, respectively. Okay, so now once we have identified that, we can come up with a ratio of boys to girls, which is boys to, let me write in weight, 2 girls. Okay, so what is their numerical value? So we are told to say boys, the ratio is 4. To girls, what is the numerical value is 5. Then with that, what is the translation of 5 to girls? That is 200. The ratio of girls, which is 5, translates to 200 girls in school. So the ratio 5 translates to the total number of 200 girls in school. Okay, so now what is the ratio of boys? We don't know the ratio of boys. We will denote it by x. Then what do? We cross multiply. So we multiply 5 times x will give us 5x, which is equal to 4 times 200 will give us 800. Okay, so the 800, then we divide both sides by 5 and this side by 5. Why 5? Because we want to get rid of, we want to remain with the x alone. Okay, so this 5 and this 5 on top will cancel each other out, leaving us with x, not 5, leaving us with the x on one side of the equal sign. Then here we come to divide. So here basically when we are dividing, we can say 5 into 8, it will go 1 time. Remainder, it will leave us a remainder of 3. Then we say 5 into 3, it can't. Then we put 3 together with this 0. So I'm just going to cancel this 0 and take it there on top where there is 3. So we have 30, not 36. So 5 into 30, it will go 6 times. Now remainder, that is remainder 0. Now, like I said earlier on, when the remainder is 0, when there is no remainder after dividing and then the next number is 0, what do? This 0 will be dropped down to make it 160. Okay, therefore here what we can say here, we can say the number of boys in school is 160. So there are 160 boys in school or in the campus. Okay, now we go to question 29. Okay, we go to question 29. Before we go to question 29, please, if this video is helpful to you, please, we encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like the video. We also ask you to share this video with your friends. It's going to help us with the visibility. Many people will find our video and watch our video, and then our intention will be achieved, which is to share or to revise with a lot of students. So let's go to the next question, which is question 29. Question 29 is as follows. A rectangular ticket is 3 cm wide and the diagonal is 5 cm. Find the length of the ticket. Okay, so let me come up with a sample of a ticket, which is, we are told it's a rectangular ticket. So please bear with me. I'm going to use freehand. So if the ticket is not present in your eyes, please bear with me. So we are told a rectangular ticket is 3 cm wide. So we are told that the width of this ticket is 3 cm. Okay, the width. Then, and the diagonal is 5 cm. Now, diagonal, that means there's a line. When you cut a line across the paper like they have demonstrated, then this is 5 cm. Okay, then the question is find the length of the ticket. Find the length of the ticket. So they want us to find the length, which is here, this one. Remember, this is also 3 cm. Okay, so they want to find that x. So for us to find that question, to find the length of that, we're going to cut this ticket diagonally like the way it is drawn. So we're going to come up with something like this. Okay, let me draw properly. Okay, like this. So we have got 3 cm here, and this diagonal is 5 cm. Then we have x here. Okay, so I've just got part of the rectangle, which is I've gotten, after cutting it diagonally, then I've gotten a rectangle. Okay, so my question is this: what method are we going to use to find the length of this triangle? Once we find this length, which is in the triangle, that means we have also found the length here and the length here. So what are we going to use? So to find the length of this triangle, we're going to use Pythagoras theorem, which states that when we square the length of the hypotenuse, let me write, when we square the length of hypotenuse, okay, will give us the sum. Okay, when we square the length of hypotenuse, will give us the sum of the adjacents which are squared. So when we square the adjacents, we are going to get the total length. When we combine the squared adjacents, we're going to get the total length of hypotenuse. Okay, so meaning we can now go ahead and find the length. So what is hypotenuse? This is hypotenuse, please. This is hypotenuse, which is 5 cm. So we say 5 cm squared is equal to adjacent. We focus on this adjacent, which is 3 cm squared plus, are we given this adjacent? No, what we are given is x, so we say plus x squared. Let me just see, remove the, so plus x squared. Okay, so what do? We find the value. So 25 centimeter squared, sorry, 5 centimeter squared will give us 25 centimeter squared, which is equal to 3 centimeter squared will give us 9 centimeter squared plus x squared. So what I've done here, I've just evaluated these which are in brackets. Then once I've done that, then what do I do from here, from this step? What do? I put like terms together. So here they should be squared here. Okay, so I write 25 centimeter squared, then 9 centimeter squared will close the equal sign and become minus 9 centimeter squared, then which is equal to x squared. Okay, so if you are confused, you can ask me in the comment section. I'll definitely respond to your query. Then we find the difference. 25 minus 9 centimeter will give us 16 centimeter squared, which is equal to x squared. So what do we do now? We find the square root of this. So we find the square root of these. So what is the square root of 16? So the square root of 16 is 4, which is the square root of centimeter squared is centimeter, which will be equal to the square root of x is x. And this is the length of the rectangle. So where there is x, we can put 4. Okay, wherever there is x, we can put 4 centimeter. So we can go ahead and write 4 centimeter here on the triangle as well as on the rectangle. That is 4 centimeter. So what it means now here is that the length of the ticket is 4 centimeter. If you have got questions, like I said earlier on, please you can ask in the comment section. But basically, this is how you go about this question. Okay, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, I encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you find this video helpful, remember to like and share with your friends. Let's go to the next question. The next question is question 30, which was as follows. A boy had 150 kwacha to spend. He bought the following items: 2 books at 12 kwacha 50 ngwe each, 2 pens at 9 kwacha, 1 school bag at 95 kwacha. How much was his change? Okay, so we want to find out how much was this change. So for us to know how much was this change, what we need to do is first we need to find how much he spent. Okay, so how do we find how much he spent? So let's say expenditure. Okay, I was wondering what way am I going to expenditure. Okay, so expenditure is what he spent. We are told he had 150 here in the statement. So how much did he spend? So let's go. He bought 2 books at 12 kwacha 50 ngwe each. So 2 books. So what do? We multiply 2 by 12 kwacha 50 ngwe. Okay, which will give us 25 kwacha. Which will give me 25 kwacha. Okay, so 2 books he bought, that is give us 25 kwacha. So here I've multiplied by 2 because they have said each. Now when we come to the second statement, which is saying 2 pens at 9 kwacha, there is no word each at the end. That means the 2 pens costed 9 kwacha only, the whole 2 pens. Okay, so there is no need to multiply 2 by 9, no, unless if they said each. Now since they just said 2 pens at 9 kwacha, that is the cost of 2 pens. Okay, so 1 bag 95 kwacha, so we write 95 kwacha here, and then we find the total. Okay, so 5 plus 9, 14, 14 plus 5, that is 19. We carry 1, we put it on top. 2 plus 1 plus 2 will give us 3. 3 plus 9 will give us 12. So we have 2 here. Then we carry 1 here. So there is no other number here. So it's as same as we write the complete 12. But 1 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 will give us 1. Okay, so the money the boy spent was 129 kwacha. So the question is, how much was this change? So for us to find what was his change is, we will come here, get the money he had 150 kwacha, so we write 150 kwacha, then minus how much did he spend. We found that he spent 129. Then we have 10, which is 1. We have 4 here. Remember, we borrowed 1 from 5. We have 4, which will give us 2. Then 1 plus 1 minus 1 will give us 0. So if you are in nursery, we will tell you to write 0. But since you are in grade 9 and 12, so we encourage you to ignore 0. So the change was in 9 kwacha. So we can even write that statement to say the change was 21 kwacha. 21 kwacha. The change was 21 kwacha. Okay, that was the change he remained with. This is the money he remained with. Okay, so basically that's how you go about this question. If you have got questions, please, this is a song I've been singing. Please ask in the comment section. We'll be there to respond to you. And if there is a subject that you need us to cover for you, please just tell us. We'll definitely be there to cover it for you. Okay, with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video, and please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are down on our knees. We want to see your subscription. In fact, what encourages us is the number of subscribers we gain every day. That gives us hope that people are viewing and they like our content. So please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and you like the video, just to encourage us to do more. Thank you so much for watching. And if you have a contribution, negative and positive, we will definitely accept. We'll receive your contribution with your home gratitude without looking at the nature of contribution, whether negative or positive, because we believe to grow we need to be encouraged negatively and positively. Okay, so with that being said, thank you so much. God bless you and see you in the next video.